Okay, we're recording. Make sure that you are muted. If you're not, I think it mutes you when you come in, but not everyone's muted. Okay, make sure you are texting your newbies. Confused Mind's always going to say no, friends, so make sure that you are texting your newbies. Also, if you are naked or doing something crazy, turn your video off because nobody on YouTube wants to see that. So, I am just going to go ahead and get started. But you guys, if you don't know me, I'm Katie Battenfield. I'm a double diamond. We're going to be talking to Kayla, and I'm not even going to try to say your last name. I tried all day.
It's Khanjari.
Oh, there we go. It wasn't as hard as I was making it.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
So, Kayla is just going to talk to us about how she mass enrolls, because I text this girl. Actually, Caroline put us in a group message because I was so scared to talk to her. Because y'all know I'm that girl. And anyways, Caroline just kept telling me that this girl is so red, and if you don't know what red it means, you'll get it later. But this girl's so red, and she mass enrolls, and dude, she has the coolest story. And so, of course, I had to ask her to get on Zoom for us. So, take notes. If you don't have a pen and paper, get a pen and paper right now, or turn your camera off and get in your notes section. Take stinking notes. If you're new, this is how you guys are going to learn from different perspectives. This is how you are going to learn how to do things. Maybe the way that you're doing right now is not working, so try something new. Okay, that's mix it up if you're not getting results on what you're doing. So, Kayla, I just want you to go ahead and kind of just tell us your story. So we'll do like a short version, and we'll kind of dig back in like on these questions. But I want you to give us your story and your age and your rank, and then what your rank means.
Okay. So, hi guys, I'm Kayla. I'm 23 years old, but I have been in the business for almost 3 years now. I joined in May 2017, and it's just crazy because like it's gone by so fast. But when I started, I was in the lowest point of my life, probably. At that time, I was so negative. I was not confident in myself. I got out of a massive breakup. Like I was in a relationship for 2.5 years. I literally got my heart broken. Like I was going through a lot. I also was a junior in college, and I joined this business during finals week. So I just like was at an all-time low, and so many people told me not to do this, but at the same time, like I kept seeing it pop up, and I knew that I had to give it a try. I'm a person that likes to experience things like myself instead of listening to other people's opinions. So I knew that I had to join. I was living paycheck to paycheck. I had a on-campus job at school. I was a tour guide, but it didn't pay me enough. I only got $260 a month, which if any of you are in college, know that is not enough. So I struggled every single week to get groceries, gas for my car, my books. I also was on a varsity sport. I did equestrian, which is me riding horses. So that's an expensive sport. So I just like lived paycheck to paycheck, and I constantly had to ask my dad like every single week, like for an extra like $50. And I just like had to keep doing that over and over and over again. It just got to the point where I was just like over it, and I was sick of it. So I joined this business just for an extra $100 a month for gas. That's it. That's all I joined for. Because that is like honestly like what would have made me have like the biggest like weight off my shoulders, especially as a college student. So that's really all I joined for. I also had a slow start. So drop a one if you've ever had a slow start in your business. You didn't promote in your first month. You didn't promote your first 3 months. You didn't promote your first 6 months, whatever. It took me 8 months to go Ruby. So if you haven't promoted yet, you've been in for a little bit, don't worry. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I had no idea what I was doing. I had never tried products. And my enroller actually quit 2 weeks after I joined. So I had no training. I had no idea what I was doing. Nobody trained me. Nobody told me what to do. I kind of just figured it out, because once I do something, I always stick it out to the end, and I'm not a quitter. So I I don't know. I was in like a random like page like on the team that I'm on. Also, if you guys don't know, I'm on Cassie Westland's team. I'm part of like her downline, like way down. But I'm part of her team, and I was just in this random page, and I just like watched all the lives. I just watched them all. Like, I don't even know. Like, I was watching lives from Carrie Young and Nayara Ribeiro and Sasha Tazikanovich, if you don't know who that is. I don't know. Like, I just watched like all these lives, and I was just like, how am I going to do this? So my first 6 months, it was just kind of like a plateau. I did not know what I was doing. I enrolled 1 or 2 customers a month, but what I did do was I posted every single day. I posted every single day. When I joined, there was no stories. That didn't exist. So we used to post like 3 times a day. So that's what I did because I saw everyone else doing it. So I did it. And I don't care what people think of me. Like, people are like, did your account get hacked? Are you all right? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Leave me alone. Like, like my Instagram is my Instagram. My Facebook is my Facebook. I don't care what people think. So I just like kept doing me. And then somebody from my upline, who I had no idea who she was, she reached out to me and she's like, hey, like, did you know that like you're charted Ruby? And I was like, what is that? I like had no idea what that was. And so I was just like, I don't know what you're talking about, but if it makes me money, I want to do it. So she told me everything that I needed to do. And I started working like hard in December of 2017. I worked really, really hard that month and then all of January. And I promoted to Ruby during boom season in January on January 1st. And I conference the next day. I was also a senior in college at the time, taking 18 credits. I had a varsity sport that took up 25 hours of my week. I also had 12-hour horse shows on a single Saturday in the fall semester. And I also was in 2 clubs and on-campus job. So all of y'all that are in school saying that you don't have time, I promise you that you do. You have more time than I ever did. So, and I just like went for it. I just wanted Ruby like so bad. And then I went to conference, changed my entire life. If you're not going to conference, you need to get there like as soon as possible. Because literally, like, if I did not go to my first conference, I would have quit. I would have not been here. I wouldn't be talking on the Zoom right now. And then I just like started building my business more. Cause like my first 6 months, like I did not enroll distributors. Like I didn't enroll like a lot of customers. Like I was not an ass enroller. But I had to learn that and I had to really grow with that. But then I finally just went to green carpet in July of 2018. And then I went to green carpet. And then the month later I went emerald. I also went through a breakup when I went emerald, which was crazy. And then the month after that I went diamond, which was crazy. And I got a $7,500 bonus when I went diamond. And it was like the best thing that ever happened to me. I quit my job. I graduated college. I do this full time. And here we are, you know, almost a year and a half later, and I'm pushing for double and I'm still going. And I've had ups and downs and I'm not a magical unicorn and I'm not perfect, but I'm here because I refuse to give up on myself. I refuse to give up on my team. And that is my story.
So she's been here for almost 3 freaking years.
Yeah, it'll be 3 years in May.
3 years.
Yep.
Had she not stuck it out, like, y'all are going to hear the rest of her story and you're not even going to know what to think. Okay. I've never heard somebody's story like hers. Like, I've heard a lot of stories. I've been in the business for 2 years. I've heard lots of different stories, but her story is super unique and I want you guys to like seriously hear this. So she was busy. If you're brand new and you're like, I just got on this Zoom because I didn't want my upline to yell at me, write this stuff down and you will go Ruby in the next 30 days. I promise. Okay, so just like hang on to that promise. If you will implement these into your everyday life and you will make this business work with you, it will work for you, but you have to make it work with you. Okay, she did it doing all the things. You can do it. High school, college, mom life, full-time job, it's all been done. You're not a unicorn that doesn't have any time. We all have the same 24 hours in the day. So really, really hold on to that as she's going to go through how she does what she does. Now I'm going to brag on her before she gets started. Y'all, this girl personally enrolls 20 to 30 enrollments a month alone. not with her team, not with her and her best friend, but her. That's customer and distributor enrollments together. On average, 8 to 10 enrollments a month on distributors. Alone. Okay? Y'all, she's a diamond. And y'all are going to hear the story. You're like, 3 years and, she's a diamond and, like, you're saying all this stuff. Listen to this. Because there's a lot of you on here like my girl Haley. Homegirl been here since 2017 and she just came back. And so, Haley, if you're not taking notes, I'm going to call you and yell at you after. But, okay, so I want you to start with the lowest time because I feel like a lot of us just came out of like a really hard season of our business. And so I want you to talk about the lowest point, and then we're going to move on to like how you got out of that. So I want you to go ahead and tell us the hardest time of your business.
Okay, so there's two. One happened at the beginning of 2019, and one happened at the end. 2018, lit. I promoted 3 times in 2018. My business took off. I graduated college. Like, I had a team and everything. I was set. It was great. Everything was thriving. It was great. It was awesome. 2019, I felt like I just kept getting slapped in the face like every single second. That is just how that year went for me. And if you had a great 2019, good for you, sis. Like, I praise you for it because I just kept getting slapped in the face. So I went diamond in September of 2018, and I kept my rank. I kept it. And then in February of 2019, I lost it. Drop a 2 if you've ever lost a diamond rank, lost any rank, and you feel like you'll never get it back, or that you feel like you're not worthy enough to get it back, or you feel like a terrible leader or whatever. Anything, like you always feel like so defeated, right? I was exhausted. I was tired. And like, I lost my diamond rank, and I was like, I worked so hard to go diamond. I worked so hard and I lost it. And I was just like, how the heck am I going to get it back? And so I just kind of like didn't know what to do. And I froze. And the worst thing that you can do when you lose rank is stop working. What did I do? I stopped because I didn't believe in myself, because I felt like, I lost it. I don't deserve to get it again. And I just went through that inner turmoil, like in my brain and my body. And I just was like, I don't deserve this. I'm not worthy of this. And that is literally what I went through. And I'm going to be totally transparent with you guys because I'm not perfect. I'm not a magical unicorn. Like, life happens. Stuff happens. So in February was rough. March, still rough. Didn't get my rank back. April, real rough. I think April was the worst month out of my entire year because my entire team quit. Like, everyone. Like, no one was working. Nobody. Not one single person on my team, on my chart, nothing. And I was just like, what happened? And I kind of had to really check myself real hard and be like, okay, you haven't worked your business in 2 months because you felt like you're a horrible leader and you feel like you're defeated and you can't get back. And so my check dropped, my team dropped, I dropped. And I was just like, okay, now what? So I kind of like at the end of April, I was like, okay, Kayla, you have 2 options. One, you can put your big girl panties on, pick yourself up, get over yourself, and find a brand new team. Or you could quit and go get a 9-to-5 that you hate and go away from your family and work for over 40 plus hours a week and be miserable and still be broke and still live paycheck to paycheck. So I was like, okay, I literally just am not a quitter. I don't quit. I don't give up. No matter how hard it gets, I don't stop. So that was the lowest point in my business when my whole team just left. It was awful. It was terrible. I felt like it was all my fault. But at the same time, like, Losing rank and losing my team, best thing that ever happened to me. Well, I don't know why. Because they weren't my people. They weren't my people for me to work with and for me to promote with and for me to do this with. They weren't it. And that's okay. But I had to really realize that. And it took me like a really long time to realize that. So I picked myself up, May, got 25 enrollments. I just did it. You just have to make a decision. Are you going to give up on yourself, or are you going to go chase after your dreams because you deserve it, no matter how hard it is? So I did that. And then I had a lot of ups and downs. This summer, whack, so crazy. And then I was really sick at the end of the summer. I went to green carpet really sick. And this is part of my story that is very vulnerable. And I literally just shared this with my team like 2 weeks ago, and they didn't even know, like I didn't tell anybody. But at the end of my summer, I went through a lot of depression, in my summer, which usually doesn't happen, but I was going through stuff, and that's okay. I was going through stuff. I was building my team. I kept enrolling. I found my people. I found the people that wanted this as bad as I did. But it just took time for me to train them, for me to duplicate their teams, for me to grow my leadership. And then September came. I got really sick before green carpet, really sick. Like I had the stomach flu. It was awful. Like I couldn't eat anything for like 7 days straight. Wasn't puking, but I just like couldn't eat anything. I was on like a rice cracker Gatorade water diet. Like could not eat a single thing. I couldn't digest it. And I had a lot of abdominal pain. Like, and I literally thought it was the stomach flu, because that's what you would think, like a normal person, right? But you know what? I still got my butt to green carpet. Well, I don't know why, because I went to green carpet the year before and I went emerald and diamond back to back. Get yourself to events is what I'm saying. Get yourself to events because they pump you up and realize things, okay? So while I was at green carpet, Katie, I'm totally just rambling, but I'm kind of like tying in everything. While I was at green carpet, I was so sick, I barely got through it, but like I did it, right? And Cammie said something to me that I will never forget. And it transformed everything that I was going through. I went through so many valleys with my team quitting. I went through so many valleys of recharge over and over and over again. I just kept getting slapped in the face. I would chart someone emerald and I would chart someone ruby, and then they would quit. And then I'd do it again and then they would quit. And then I'd do it again and then they would quit. And I was just like, what is the point? Why am I doing this? And it like drop a 3 if you've ever done that. If you've recharted like so many bajillion times and like you feel like you're just going in circles. Like that's literally what I was going through. And like I lost my diamond rank on top of it. Okay. But I never stopped. Because I know God put this business in my life for a reason. I knew that. And I just kept going. No matter what life was happening to me, no matter what, I kept going. So the whole point of this, and I'm getting to the second part of like the worst part of my business, right? Here we go. At green carpet, I am like so sick. My eyes are barely open. Like I can't see. My stomach is killing me. Like I probably had a fever. I don't know. But like Cammie just said something at this diamond training. And I was like, I shouldn't even be here. Like I'm not even diamond. I'm not even re-ranked diamond. I don't know why I'm here. But I was there. I don't know why. I was just there. And so she was talking. And then all of a sudden, she was like, I'm going to read something to you guys. I'm going to read something. And she's like, and I really need you guys to pay attention. And she said that like woke me up a little bit. Also, this training was at 9 a.m. I am not a morning person. So she started talking, right? And I have the script here and I saved it. And it still gives me like chills to this day. But this was the turning point in my business. This is what made the suck all worth it. In life, we arrive at mountaintops and we think we've arrived, but God has higher higher mountains ahead of us. And sometimes Jesus will say to us, hey, do you want to go to that mountain? And I'm just crazy enough to follow him there. But I expect a magic bridge to appear like Indiana Jones, and I picture myself running across it to the next mountain. But Jesus says to me, didn't you know that bridges are man-made? I didn't make bridges. From mountain to mountain, I made valleys. Like, I cannot tell you how hard that hit me, because I was in a valley for months. I was in my head for months. I kept pushing through the suck for months. Months! And that hit me, and I was like, oh my God. And I still get chills, like, just thinking about it. Like, that is literally what changed my business. And I was like, wow. Because when you think about it, here's the valley, here it is, here's the mountaintop. In order to get to the top, you have to go through the valley. You have to climb the mountain. Is climbing a mountain easy? No. Do you run out of breath? Yep. Are you dehydrated? Yep. I don't know. Do you have to stop and breathe for 5 minutes? Yep. Do you get injured? Yep. I just kept falling down in my business, but you know what? I kept getting up because I'm climbing the mountain. I'm climbing. I'm trying to re-rank diamond. I'm trying to go double, trying to go triple. I'm trying to do all these things, right? But I'm just here. But I had to go through that to grow my leadership, grow as a person, and lead my team from the front with the leader that they deserved. So that just like totally transformed my business, right? So I'm at this all-time high, right? All-time high. I had a great green carpet, even though I was so sick, right? I come home. I was in Florida for 2 weeks because of this business, because I'm able to do that because I do this full time now. And I came home, and like, usually the day after I'm like, tired from traveling and whatever. And I thought I was just tired. Got home on a Tuesday, and I won't forget this. Got home on a Tuesday. Wednesday, I woke up. And man, I don't know what was wrong with me, but I was sick again. And like, I was sick at green carpet, and then like went to go see my friend for like a week that lives in Florida. I was fine. Perfectly fine. Back to normal. Great. Got home, sick again. And this time it was worse. I had the worst sore throat ever. And it got worse, like Thursday, worse, Friday, oh my God, awful. And I just like, my stomach was hurting. I was like, what is this flu right now? Like, why is this happening? And I couldn't even get out of bed. Like, I wanted to work, but I cannot tell you, I couldn't even move. I was so unbelievably sick. So this is the first week of October, mind you, in 2019. So I wake up on a Saturday morning, 7:30 in the morning, mind you. And if I'm up at 7:30 in the morning on a Saturday, there's something wrong, because I am not a morning person. So I woke up and I was like, I have to go to a walk-in, like right now. Guys, I was so sick to the point where I was spitting into a cup because I couldn't swallow. That is how bad my sore throat was. Like, it was terrible. And on top of that, I couldn't eat anything because I couldn't swallow. And on top of that, I was dehydrated extremely because I could not swallow. So I went to the walk-in, and I went in there totally thinking that I had strep throat. Never had strep throat in my life. I genuinely walked in there thinking that's what I had. So the doctor tests me for strep throat, and he tells me that it's negative. And I was like, what? Like, what is wrong? What is wrong with me? And I just knew something was wrong. And I just was like, what is it? And he tested me for something else, and he came back. And he was like, Kayla, you have mono. You have mono. I am like literally the healthiest person. I never get sick. I've never had strep throat. I've never had pneumonia. I I drink water all the time. When he said that I had mono, he was like, yeah, you tested positive in 12 seconds. And I was like, what? And he was like, you need an IV. Like, you need an IV because you're so dehydrated and like your face is swollen like a balloon. And when the doctor tells you that, that's when it's bad. So I was telling him, like, okay, like, I've been sick for 2 weeks and you're telling me that I have mono? And I didn't know. I went to green carpet with mono. And I didn't know. I didn't know I had it. I had no idea. So I was telling him, like, you know, how sick I was and how much pain I was in, like, with my stomach. And I was like, what the heck is going on? And he was just like, wait, so you mean to tell me that you went to your conference for work and you had like a really bad stomach ache? I'm like, yeah, like I literally was like, I had to have a heating pad on my stomach. Like, it was terrible. Like, I couldn't walk. I couldn't get out of bed. And he was just like, and you couldn't eat anything? I was like, no. I was like, it was like stomach flu or something. And he was like, Kayla, that was not the stomach flu. And I was like, okay, what are you talking about? And he just like sat down like with me, like on this like cot in the emergency room. And he just looked at me and he was just like, that wasn't the stomach flu. That was your stomach expanding, your spleen expanding in your abdomen, causing the pain. And he was like, your pain from the spleen expanding can be very confused with like a really bad stomach ache, like something you would get from the stomach flu. And he was like, and you're telling me you got on a plane, you flew to Florida, you were there, and then you flew back. And I was like, yeah, didn't have a problem. I was really, really sick. I was out of it, but I was fine for like a week. And then I came back and then it all started again. And he was like, you need to understand that your spleen could have exploded on the plane in Florida. You could have died. He said that straight to my face. And I was like, what? He was like, if your spleen expanded a little bit more, if your liver, because like the spleen and the liver can like really expand when you have mono. I don't know why. It's just a symptom of it. Because I had really high liver levels and my spleen was swollen. And he was like, if you just went a little higher in the plane with elevation, or you did something wrong and you twisted your abdomen, or you slept on it weird, it could have exploded, you could have died, and you could have literally been in the hospital in critical condition. And he said that to me, and I was like, what? But none of that happened. My spleen didn't explode. I didn't go to the hospital. And I just remember sitting there, and that was like the low, like really low. Like I wasn't taking care of my body at that point because like I had mono. I was trying to, but it just wasn't working. My business was like better, but it wasn't where I wanted it to be. I had lost rank over and over and over again. And I just was like, enough. And I literally was sitting on the cot with an IV in my hand. First IV ever, by the way. And looking at the fluorescent ceiling light, and I just remember praying to God. I was just like, if you think I can do this with mono, if you think I can handle this and get through this, I'm going to do it. And from that day, I have gotten 30 enrollments a month. My team has absolutely freaking exploded. I have done trainings. I picked up my business, and I just said enough was enough. Drop a 4 if you've had that moment when you're like, I am done with this crap. I just like literally was on a crap cycle, like month after month after month. And when I got mono and that doctor told me that I could have died, oh yeah, that was a turning point. That point, that's when I was just like, life is too freaking short. Excuse my language. I'm sorry. I'm totally like red right now. Like, life is it's so short. It's so short. And here I am complaining but not doing anything to change it, right? And I was like, I want to live my best life. And God watched over me those 2 weeks. My spleen could have exploded. The devil could have made that happen, but he didn't. God watched over me that day, that week, that 2 weeks, because he knew that I needed to go to green carpet. He knew that I needed to hear Cammie say that. He knew that I needed to be at the very bottom of the valley for me to pick myself up and go up the mountain. He knew that I needed that. And sometimes when you're in a valley, you wonder why. Sometimes you have to go through really hard stuff to finally realize what you really want. And for me, that's double. For me, I want to pay off my debt. I want to change my team's lives. I want to change my life. I want to move out. I want to lose 30 pounds. I want all these things, right? But the biggest one is just double. And I knew, and I decided that day, I was like, I know it's not going to happen overnight. I know it's not going to happen in a week. I know it's not going to happen in a month. I know that. But right now, the day that I decided to really work my business, to really take control of my life, was the day the doctor told me that I could have died. And that was October 5th, 2019. And here we are 4 months later. And that is sorry, that was like really long, but I really wanted to like share that with you guys and just make you realize that like life happens, but sometimes it just needs to happen for you to realize what you truly need and what you truly want. Okay.
So how many of y'all have just joined, and the reason you joined was because you knew that you needed more? And maybe you've been questioning, like, why can't I pay my bills? Or, I went to school and I still can't afford my bills, or I hate my job, or, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. So like, this is my chance. Like, this is my way out. If you feel that way, I want you to drop a 5, because what I've learned in my business, especially these last, I don't know, I've had a hard 6 months, y'all. These past 6 months is I know that sometimes you got to be so low. Maybe you have to be so low that you see that online business, like you finally see it. Maybe you've seen this business 6 or 7 times on your social media and you're like, I just, I don't really need that much money yet. Like, I'm good where I'm at. But then one day you lose your job.
Mm.
But then one day you get pregnant and you want to be home with your baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or you get sick to the point where you have to be bedridden for a month.
Yeah. So y'all, sometimes you got to get that low to hear what God's telling you, because I know that at my low was in October as well. And I'm not going to go into that, but my low in October was, Katie, you got to wake up, girl. You have gold. And what I'm telling you right now is maybe you haven't been taking your business too seriously, or maybe you're being an angry leader, or maybe you are struggling. And I need you to wake up and I need you to pray out loud today. And I've said this on every single one of my trainings the past 3 weeks, but I want to challenge you to pray out loud today. And I really want you to put everything in God's hands, because if you can put them in right now, y'all, we have 2 weeks of the month left. 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, you can go Ruby. I promise. 2 weeks, you can go Ruby, you can go executive, you can chart yourself for Emerald. If you go, baby, it's boom season. You can enroll 15 distributors. You can enroll a distributor a day. I promise you, it's been done. I've done it. You can do it if I can do it.
Amen.
So right now, if you're at that low, I want you guys to listen to her tips, because I wanted to close with her tips so that, that's fresh on your mind.
Yes.
Okay. So when you start your day, what do you message? Do you post? Do you post on your stories? What do you do? What's your process of getting loyal customers?
Okay. So the first thing I do is interact. I don't know why. I just do that because I haven't interacted in hours. Like, I went to bed like X amount of hours before, and I haven't interacted at all. So I interact on Facebook first. It's just my go-to, like, first thing in the morning. I'm still in bed, haven't gotten out yet.
Can you talk about what you mean by interacting? Because there's a lot of newbies on here and they're like,
oh yeah. So interacting can be anything from like really like reacting to a post. Like on Facebook, if you just like a post, that's not really a reaction. You get more feedback and interaction if you like heart it, laugh at it, put an angry face, a sad face. If you just like it, it doesn't really do anything. By commenting and reacting and like liking posts, that's what's gonna like keep the people that are on your pages to see your stuff. you'll be the first story that pops up on their feed, the first post that pops up on their feed, or when they're scrolling, they're going to see your post. And if you interact with them and they interact with you back, then Facebook's like, oh, Kayla wants to see Katie's stuff and Katie wants to see Kayla's stuff. So we're going to put their posts in each other's profiles. So that's how I build my interaction. I do the same thing on Instagram. Obviously, you can only heart on Instagram, but I comment on Instagram. Comments can be, very simple, like, oh my God, I love your shirt. Where'd you get it? Or like, you have such a cute dog. What? Or like, you can say like, wow, like, love your phone case, like something like that. Say something that you genuinely like about the picture or whatever the picture is, because that's when it's coming from the heart. So I interact first, get up, make my coffee and my greens. Katie, I don't know if I sent you my results, but I can if you want me to.
Yeah, come over. I'll send them in the chats.
I have lost 20 pounds since mid-October with our triple threat, keto coffee, chocolate greens, and Thermophyte X. Half of it has been with working out. Half of it has been not, because the whole month of October and November, I couldn't work out because I had mono. So it was just me eating better and taking the products every single day. So keto coffee and greens, my two faves. I drink them every day. And, I'm always a person to just be a product of the product. If you are just starting and you haven't really tried the products yet, like, buy a product, set up an auto shipment, and literally like fall in love with a product and talk about it and share it with other people. Like, we do the same thing with like any other product, like a loopy phone case or a pop socket. Everybody loves pop sockets. Everybody talks about it. Everybody posts about it. Everybody has one. It's the same thing. Like, and it's just like, these products are so amazing. So every single day I post a keto coffee and greens thing on my story. I also have my Instagram stories linked to my Facebook. So anything that I post on my Instagram story, it automatically goes to my Facebook story. There's a setting of how to do that. I don't remember off the top of my head, but makes my life heck of a lot easier. But I also just like use Instagram's like features. So like every single time I literally do a video of like me making my coffee with my frother, and I put like a song in it because I love music and stuff. And then I just kind of like say like little like blurb like about my day. Like, I don't know, like yesterday I said like, I'm so sore, day 2, but keto coffee and greens for the win. Like something like funny like that. And then I always just like post on my story throughout the day. I always have I have like product posts in there, always have a now hiring story on your story. I don't care what time you post it, just post it once a day. You always want your followers to know that there's always an opportunity, because if you don't post about it, they will never know. They will never know. Same thing with products. So I do that. And I also just post about my life. Like lately I got an Apple Watch for Christmas, and every single day since I've gotten it, I think I've like put like my workout, like what I did, like what I've done every single day. I talk about food a lot. I love salad, whatever. And then I message, I cold message. And then I also, I'm going to
Hold on.
Yeah.
What do you cold message? Is it a script that your upline gave you, or is it something that you designed yourself and that you found works for you?
It's a mix of both. But I try to make my, like, I want to, okay, I'm going to say that I did it because I have like fixed it like a bunch of times. But I have used the same exact cold message for 1.5 years, and I've never changed it, ever. It's not the message that's not working, it's you not working. So if you feel like you haven't enrolled customers and stuff because your message isn't working, you're just not talking to enough people.
Y'all hear that? Do we need to say that louder for those in the back who text me and say, hey girl, like, this just ain't working for me? If I hear somebody tell me after this training that this business isn't working for you, I need you to check yourself and ask yourself, if this business works for 27 other people in this training, why doesn't it work for me?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no stinking way that it's worked for this many people, and it's specifically not going to work for you. Okay. There's so many people in this business, and they boom in and they stay home and they're diamond. So if you're not diamond, this works. It's you, baby. It's you.
I just want to answer Morgan's question. Like, how often do you cold message? I message because that is how we get the word out. That's how we do it. And don't feel spammy. You're doing a job that you signed up for, that you wanted to do. You talking about a product isn't being spammy. That's you doing your job and you offering an opportunity to change someone's life, whether it's with health products, beauty products, products to help with stress. Don't ever feel like you're being spammy or anything like that, because it's not what it is. And you know that. But I just, okay, another thing, Katie, I didn't tell you this last night. I also have 5 Instagrams. So,
holy crap. I have 1. 2 would stress me out. How do you do that?
Hold on, I'm gonna talk about it. Hold on. So, let's see, my main account, which is my personal account. So my personal account I've literally had since like I was in high school. That has the most followers on it. But I just like noticed, like when I was trying to go diamond, I just was like, how can I talk to more people? So I made a second account because like my first account had over like 3,000 followers, and so many of like the leaders on Cassie's team have more than one Instagram. And I was like, okay, copy the right cat. If they have more than one Instagram, I'm going to have more than one. That's what I'm going to do. So I made my second one probably in the beginning of 2018. And I highly, please listen to this. If you just started, don't make 5 Instagrams. Stick with 1. Okay? Stick with 1. But if you've been in for a while and like you have like over 2,000 followers, make a new one. It's very easy to make a new one. It's not hard. And like the first month is like a little rough because like you have 0 followers and you just like kind of like you know, build it up or whatever. But after that, it's awesome because like instead of messaging, my number is 15 like every other couple of hours. I message 15. That is my number. That's been my number. Some people can only do 10. Some people can only do 12. Whatever your number is, stick to it. I don't want you guys getting blocked.
Okay, but plus what she's saying by some people can't is literally they can't. Like when I message on Instagram, like I get blocked in like 0.2 seconds. I can message 10 people and I can get blocked, and I have to wait literally an hour on the dot to message another 10 people. I know that like me and Courtney talk about this all the time. Courtney can message like 75 people sometimes.
I wish.
Then she can message like 5 and get blocked. And so that's what that means. You'll figure out your number. If you are messaging consistently, you'll figure it out. Promise.
15's been my number for about a year now. So I message 15 girls. I don't message boys. They make it weird and I don't like talking to them. I just don't. That's just how I run my business. If you want to talk to guys, go for it. But I'm not about it. So I message 15 every couple of hours, and I do it on each account. So instead of messaging 15 per hour on one account, if I have 2, I'm messaging 30. See how like that big of a difference it is? So like when I was in school, like I was like, I need to do this like more efficiently. I need to talk to more people while having a busy schedule. Because I had 2 Instagrams when I was senior in college. So I was like, okay, you need to do this. So I did that. And that's honestly such a game changer. Such a game changer. Because like I message over 200 people a day, just automatically from out of habit. And then I do a lot of unsend resends. Never, ever, 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 ever be afraid to ask about products more than once. Ever. Okay? You are not being annoying. You are not being spammy. You are doing your job. And you are offering an opportunity because you have a gold mine in your hands that you want other people to experience. So, you know, if I message someone like anywhere between a month to month plus ago, 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, whatever, what you can do in Instagram is you can go to that message, hold it down, unsend it, and it's like as if the conversation never happened. It's like you never messaged them ever. I usually unsend resend to the people that open my message and leave me on red. Drop a 6 if you have ever been left on red, or left on red all the time, or every day, or every hour, or whatever. So I get left on red every day. So does Katie. Everybody in this business is left unread. You are not alone in that. Please know that. So I do unsend resends, and I just send a completely different cold message. So I have my main cold message that I've used for a year and a half. Never changed. That's always the first one I send to someone that I've never messaged before. And if 2-3 months later they haven't answered me or whatever, I'll unsend it. Well, first I'll like their 3 first pictures that they posted, and then I'll unsend. And then they answer. When people leave you on red, I want you guys to really hear me. When people leave you on red, it's not you. It's them. Because when you send them a message, you have no idea what they're going through. You have no idea where they were when they opened your message. You have no idea if they typed a response and just forgot to press send. You don't know. It's never you. It's always them. I have so many people come back to me like, I never answered you. I'm so sorry. So at the end of each week, I do this great thing. Every single Friday, so tomorrow. If I ask someone about the products, if they wanted to try them, and they say yes, give me more info, I always ask for their number. I never have a conversation on DM. It is a big, giant waste of time. I like having a personal conversation over text. I like voice messaging, whatever. Ask for the number. If they read it and they don't give it to me, okay, that's all right. On Friday, I'll send anybody that I asked for the number and they didn't give it to me. I'll be like, hey, love, I'm sorry. Did I catch you at a bad time? ? And then they're like, oh, no, I was at work. I'm sorry. Here's my number. Oh, no, I was in class. I'm sorry. Here's my number. You just don't know what people are going through when you message them. You just don't know. And then I just follow. Following, I have a very hard time with because I was blocked for 2 months straight in the summer. Couldn't follow anybody. I was blocked completely. Sometimes, guys, that happens. But don't have that be an excuse as to why you can't work your business. Because when I was blocked, you bet I was messaging. You bet I was doing unsend resends. You bet that I was posting on my store like a mad woman. I was doing all the things no matter what. So I can only follow 150 per day. That is my number. That's the farthest that I can go. I cannot go over that number. And then I also do host to post. Oh, I should have talked about that. I'm sorry. But host to post, if I've messaged someone.
Hold on, I'll let you pause. We're a host to post team. We train them host to post out the gate.
Okay, wait. All right, sweet. So host to post, I do for unsend resends. If I've messaged someone 2 or 3 times, they've never answered me, whatever, or maybe they answered me and they said no thank you or whatever, I'll ask them to host post for me. And I think I have my message. I can actually send it in here if you want. Well, the first thing I say is hey girl, random question for you. I know I'm not trying to sell you anything, haha. And make it funny. So I send that first, and they're LOL, what's up? Or haha, you're funny, what's up? And then I send this. Oh, that's not what I meant to send. Hold on. I send this. So that's the giveaway that my team and I are doing this month. I'm sure your giveaway is different. But I just send that little blurb, and I always have them post 3 stories. 3. One for PDTs and 2 for product. I always do
3?
3.
3 slides.
Yes.
I've never heard of that.
Okay, I'm gonna blow your mind. Ready? So I have them do 3 because if you don't know who's on their followers, you don't know who's looking for an extra income, you don't know who's looking for products or to lose weight or more energy, whatever. You don't know. So I post both. So I say my friend Kayla is looking for 5 ladies that want to make an extra $500 to $2,000 per month. If you're interested, shoot her a DM. Or I say DM me. I don't know why. I just do me. You'll be so surprised how many PDTs I get from host to post. I probably get more PDTs from host to post than I do PLCs. And then for PLCs, I always do a cleanse. a cleanse hap, and a coffee hap, just because I swear by the coffee and that I know I can sell. I know that I can do that, and I'm obsessed with it. And I know that if I'm obsessed with it, other people are going to be obsessed with it. I also have incredible results. So I do that. I also do thermoflight. If I'm in the mood for it, I'll do it. But I really do coffee and cleanse and then one PDT. And I have them tag me on each one, because not only are you posting a PDT and 2 PLC, but they're tagging you on each. That boosts your interaction. So like when they, tag you 3 times, that helps Instagram be like, oh, Kayla's not a robot. Oh, we shouldn't block her. And then they'll be like, oh, wait, Katie, she posted something and tagged something for Kayla. Oh man, we got to show her post up in her feed more often. And that's what happens. They see your stuff more because you tagged them, or they tag you. I mean, I do that. When people just like keep saying no to me. And then if they don't oh my God, if they don't do a host to post for me, unfollow. Because at that point, I've asked 2 or 3 times for products, and you don't even want to host a post for me. You don't want to enter a giveaway that I'm doing for you. Okay, that's fine. So I unfollow them. No hard feelings. I just do it. Saves me time, not to waste my time on people that don't want it. And that's okay. Not everyone is going to want it. Not everyone is going to be interested, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's like, not everyone has the same favorite restaurant. Like, I hate Moe's. I don't like Moe's, but everyone else does. I'm just not interested. And then I do self-development every single day. Every day. Like 30 minutes tops. I'm super read. I like Tony Robbins. I like Gary Vee. I like Grant Cardone. If you have not read the 10X Rule, please, for the love of God, listen to that. Please. That is the best book ever. That book made me go diamond, because I realized that I'm working that hard. Made me realize, oh, you need to put in a lot more work. Okay, let's do it. But yeah, I'm sorry. I keep talking.
You're good, girl. You good. Okay. I know a lot of them, have these time span to do these Zooms. So I want you to end with something.
You can keep me as long as you want.
Okay, cool. So I want you to talk about, because I've had a lot of questions. I was bragging about you to a few of my girls earlier. And
you're so nice.
I wanted you to talk about, how did you get these big BV orders? And like, when you're going into these conversations, are you super confident, or are you kind of scared?
Oh my God, confident. Like, so confident. So I'll give it a perfect example. I usually sign like majority, like 60 BV-ish, usually. I'll get a few 30s here and there, whatever. But like I usually sign like 60 and above. But this month, because I got my own results, I have signed such big BV orders this month. I signed 2 118 BV orders within 12 hours. Like last week. It happened last week, I think. I have a conversation if you would like me to go through it. Yeah. Okay, so number one is, when you text somebody, you got to be confident, because whatever you're feeling, the other person can sense it. That probably makes no sense, but that's the truth. Like, people can tell your mood and your excitement just from the words that you're typing. So you want to be excited. You want to be confident. You want to use emojis. You want to be nice. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I go into every single conversation and I'm just like, okay, this girl's going to get triple threat. Okay, this girl's going to be a girl on my team. She goes sign up right now. Like, I just go into that. I go into every single conversation being like, okay, like, I'm going to get this order in 20 minutes. That's I don't know if I told you this, Katie, the majority of my enrollments are on the spot. I don't, like, I do follow-ups, of course, but the majority of my enrollments are on the spot. So, okay, so this girl, I'm just like not going to use a name just because, whatever. So I said, hey, it's Kayla from Instagram. I'm so excited to share more about these products. Thank you for giving me the time to tell you more. And then she's like, yeah, can you tell me about them? And I say yes, and then I give her like kind of like a description of all the products we have. So I say, hope you're having a great day. So first tell me some things you might be interested in. We can go from there. I still need someone for wraps to tighten, tone, and firm, greens for detoxing. You know what? I'm going to send it in the chat.
There you go.
I was like, why am I reading this? So I say that. That's the first thing I say. First thing. After, like, I text them, hey, what's up? And then I just go right into it.
Can we recap? So you get their number as soon as they respond to you off Instagram.
Yep.
You don't even talk about products.
No.
You get their number as soon as you talk to them.
Yep. Because DMs get lost, and my DMs are always blowing up, and sometimes I don't even get notifications from DMs, and it's just annoying. And then I just don't feel like it's as personal. And also, if you guys didn't know, Instagram DM has a character count. Really annoying. So like if you like type too much, it won't send. It's annoying. Also, if you ask for somebody's number and they won't give it to you, say this. I say that every time and they always give it to me.
I'm going to copy and paste it. If you guys aren't able to copy and paste this, I am saving it. So I will share it with y'all after the thing.
So if they don't give me their number, I say that. Anyway, so she said, hair, skin, nails would be nice, and I want to be able to lose weight too. Anytime someone says they want to lose weight, I say this. I always want to know, how much weight are they looking to lose? Do they exercise? And do they like coffee and chocolate? Those are the three things I ask. Because at the end of the day, I want to recommend the products that would be best for them and their lifestyle. I don't want to just get an LC to get an LC. I want to get an LC to help somebody with their goals. So I always, like, my focus is always on the customer. So then as soon as they tell me, this girl, she says, I don't really know exactly how much I want to lose, but a significant amount. I exercise 2 to 3 times a week, and I love coffee and chocolate. So if they love coffee and chocolate and they exercise, I automatically recommend the triple threat. Automatically. And I say this. And I send that text with my personal before and after. And I always and it says in the text, like, I've lost like 27, it should be 20. I don't know why it's 27. I lost 20 pounds using our triple threat, and I send like the before and after with it. And they're like, oh my God, wow, that's awesome. So how long would the triple threat pack last me? And then I automatically go into like the 90-day like commitment. And I say this has been working so well for me. And I just explain like the 90 days, and I explain that they're going to get my 40% off discount. They don't have to pay a membership fee, and they can change the products month to month, and they have total control. And then I started adding this at the end. Part of each purchase you make will go towards a nonprofit that we support to help stop human trafficking. I started saying that, and like people are like, wait, that's amazing. Like people like love that. Like not only are they going to get these products to help them with their goals, but they're going to help other people in the process, which I think is amazing. So I say that. And when I send that text, I also send the prices. So I say keto coffee retails for $130. I automatically upsell because I don't want to say the keto coffee like is, $39, because that's only a 15-day supply. And if you love coffee, you're going to drink it more than 15 days. So I automatically do 2. So instead of saying like, oh, it retails for $65, I say, oh, keto coffee retails for $130, but with my 90-day challenge discount, you'll get it for $78, which is an entire month supply of coffee and 60 BV right off the bat. Then I go into our Thermofire X retails for $65, but with my 90-day challenge, you'll get it for $36. Our greens retails for $55, but with my 90-day challenge, you'll get it for $39. And then I say, you'll get a month's supply of each. And I put like a heart emoji. And I just say, does that sound good? ? And I send like 10 before and afters it's like huge text. Like if you look like on my phone, like this text, this text is huge. This text is huge. In an Instagram DM, you can't do that. So that's like kind of like what it looks like if you guys can look. So I have the 90-day challenge first, and then I just put price for each product. This is a 118 BV order with 2 packs of coffee, thermophyte, and greens. And then I always end it with a question. And then I just like send like all of these before and afters, all of those, whatever. And then she said, yeah, that's, do I have to be on the keto coffee or the keto diet for the coffee to work? And I said, nope, I am not on the keto diet at all whatsoever. Which is true. I'm not on the keto diet. And then she's like, wow, that's even better. So like the coffee is pretty much 78 per month. I just want to make sure I'm understanding it. I'm like, yes, it's a blessing. And she was like, what's my first month total? And like for all those products, it's 153 for all three. And then she said she was going to think about it. When they say they're going to think about it, I always say, what's holding you back? Question mark. Very blunt. And it's a simple question. Like, what's holding you back? Like, why not? What's wrong with it? And then she just said, it's a little expensive and I don't know if I want to pay 153 for a few months. So when they say it's too expensive, I explain like the whole benefits of the 90-day challenge. I say, okay, well, do you want to just get started on all three now? And then next month you can just do 1 or 2 products so it's cheaper for you. You can change the products every month. My discount is first come, first serve, and I don't want you to miss out. Plus, I'll be giving you additional free goodies with your order. Would that work better? So I instead of her getting all 3, I'll just be like, okay, well, in this text, I kind of pushed it. I'm pushy, but like in a nice way. I said, do you want to get started on all 3? And then like next month you can change it to 1. It's a simple question. And I always say my discount is first come, first serve, and I don't want you to miss out. Because that makes them like understand that like I'm really trying to help them out. I don't want them to spend more than they have to. And she's like, that's a great offer. I'll think about it. And then I just said, what can you let me? And she said, I'll let you know by this afternoon. I was like, okay. So I texted her and I was like, hey girl, have you given it more thought? That's a follow-up. Simple. Texted her a couple hours later, hey, like, have you given it more thought? And she's like, hey, I want to try it. It didn't take too much thinking for me. So I said, oh my God, yes, you'll love it. Do you have 5 minutes to order? I can send you the steps to order quick and you can do it from your phone. And she's like, yes. And here's the game changer. I said, perfect. We have salted caramel, regular, and pumpkin spice coffee flavors. You can pick 2. Which ones would you like? She tells me that she wanted salted caramel and regular. And then what I do is I make a shopping cart. I use the shopping cart, and ever since I've been using that, holy crap, a game changer. Checkout is faster. You get the notification on your Connect faster. Like, it's just easier overall for everybody. And so I go into Connect, I make the cart. So I add salted caramel, regular, thermophyte, and greens. Click the link, save it, and then send it to her. And then I say, this is my personal link. Go here and continue to check out. Click the first green join now button, create login and add your info, submit, and then send me a picture of your thanks for your order screen. I'm so excited for you. And then she sent me the screenshot and I got a 118. And that was on the spot like that day. I started talking to her that day, and a couple hours later she ordered. And that's how I have all my conversations. I don't ask budget ever. I just kind of go with it because I know that they need it, and I believe that these products are going to help them. I hope that was good.
That was perfect, dude. Perfect. Okay. I got all these scripts. I have all these ideas. I'm so excited to stay up all night long and use these messages.
Oh my God. If you want any of more scripts or anything, I can send them to you. I know. Thank you guys so much, by the way, for just like hanging tight and like really listening to like what I had to say. Like, I really, really appreciate it. Katie, I know that it's like 10 minutes past the Zoom, but if anybody has any questions, drop them in the chat.
Right, yeah, seriously, y'all ask questions. And okay.
Did you have another one for me?
Huh? No.
Did you have another question?
I do have a question. Hang on.
Okay.
But I'm gonna ask my question. If y'all have questions, type them in the chat, and she'll read
Okay.
them.
Yeah.
But I have never used shopping carts on Connect.
That's a sin. It's a sin.
If you were my personally enrolled, or like I personally train you.
Sin. It's a sin.
I'm sorry. We'll do it now. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. No, not everybody uses it, but I just started using it and I was just like, wait, this is so much easier. Because like when you make the cart, you make it for them and they're automatically in checkout and they fill out their info, press submit, done.
Jennifer, girl, you don't have the Connect app?
Oh, girl,
Ruby.
Oh,
okay.
You don't get it.
I'm going to show you what it looks like.
What is your first message you send on Instagram? Okay. I'll send it.
You don't have to send it if it makes you uncomfortable.
It's not that. I just don't, not that I don't trust you guys, but I've been blocked and I just like don't want people to take exact wording.
This is Connect app. It's green. It works emblem on it. Oh, okay, Jennifer. Okay, we'll do a quick tutorial on shopping carts. Everyone open Connect app.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna type this really quick.
Yeah, you're good. So y'all, I always knew that the shopping cart was there, but I didn't I don't know, I never used it. So you literally open Connect, and when you first open it, it pops up and it has like your Margaritaville incentive points, and then you'll scroll down to the bottom, and it has this thing called My Tools, and it's gonna say scripts, shopping list, and resources, and then it has some more.
That is what I sent. I'm sorry, Katie.
No, you're good. And so you're gonna click the shopping list, create new list. It's that simple. Like y'all, it's like 3 steps. And then you can create your shopping list. You can literally just add the stuff in there and then save, and then you can send it. What?
So in my message, if you just say, hey girl, that's like so, like for me, very impersonal. Like if someone were to message me, hey girl, I'm like, do you know my name? You know? So I've always said like, hey Alyssa, hey Katie, hey Elizabeth, like, because that way like they know it's like me talking to them and that I'm not just like a robot or not like just someone like random, you know what I'm saying? So I always try to be personal as possible, and I always say someone's name. Yeah, shopping cart will change your life. You're welcome. Anybody have any other questions? I'm really an open book. I promise that I'm nice. How long do you wait after someone accepts your follow request to message them? That's a great question. So everybody does it different. So for me, I'll follow all day, right? I'll follow like my 150 people, right? Won't accept their follow request until the following morning. Because I don't know why. That's just like how I do it. But I just like let them kind of like sit there. I don't know why. Just do. And then like, because like when I'm messaging every day, I'm still messaging the people that I accepted the day before. That's like what always happens to me. So because I'm consistent and I'm consistently following and I'm consistently messaging every single day. So if I just like accept the request in the morning and I go about my day, I just message them. I always like their first 3 pictures or first 6, feeling it. And I'll just message them. Just do it. And people respond. Like I cannot tell you how many times like I'll accept like follow requests and I'll message them and be like, oh my God, that's awesome. Like, yeah, I would love more info. I haven't even followed them for a day. But I think it helps that I like their 3 pictures like before I message them, because like I'm not just messaging them to message them. Like I liked their stuff. Like everybody likes getting likes. Like everybody likes that. So like they like, you know, when people are like, oh, like she liked my picture, like who that? Who that? Who's Kayla? Who that? And she gonna click on my profile and she gonna look. She gonna look at my profile and she gonna look at my story. Cause you already know I got my keto coffee up there. I post on my story before I message every single morning, always. Because I know when people accept my request, they're gonna be like, who the heck is this? And they're gonna stalk me. That's what we do. When someone accepts our request or whatever, what do? We stalk them. And that's what they're gonna do to you when you accept their request. So I always like their first 3 pictures, and then I have 2 accounts and I follow 30 to 50 an hour, but I always run out of people to message. Any suggestions on how to increase follow backs? Host to post, always. I get up at least, and this is just me, I get up at least 10 a day. 10 to 12 a day. Post to post, you would be amazed at how many more followers you'll get from that. Do you have a creator or all of my accounts are private? Because if I have it on public, I feel like I don't get as many followers. I tried it all summer because I kept getting blocked. Like it just kept getting blocked. And I just like tried it. It wasn't for me. I didn't like it. I saw way more success. That's how I run my business. Everybody does it different. I know, like Cheyenne Knox, like she has like her account public, but like I don't know how she did
Hold
it,
on.
but
Pause. Shay did not have her account public until she hit 10,000 followers, and that's when she
okay, that
started
makes more
an
sense.
everyday
That makes
account.
more sense. Okay.
It was private, but once you hit 10K, it's like you can do like the slide ups and websites and stuff on your story and
Mm-hmm.
put it public. So when people go to her profile, you can, slide up and stuff, but stay private.
Yeah,
She's
I
right.
would say stay private. More people are more likely to follow you back if you're private. Do you ask for their phone number or do you give yours? I ask them for theirs. And if they don't give it to me, I just say, oh, I just asked for it since Instagram has a character account and it's the only personal info I'm asking for. And they always give it to me. And if they don't give it to me, I leave them on red. I'm not kidding. Like, I leave them on red. And that drives people nuts. Nuts. Because they want info, right? But they wouldn't give me their number. I just don't, I don't waste my time because I know for a fact I will lose the DM. I will lose it. And you can't send your links over DM either. It's awful. It's stupid. I can't send the shopping cart. Nope. Not gonna, nope. Can't do it. So I leave them on red. And I know for a fact that they're not going to unfollow me because they're curious, because they want more info. And then they keep stalking me and they keep watching me. And then like a few weeks later and a month later, it'd be like, hey, like I really want more info on the keto coffee. Here's my number. Can you text me? Or hey, like I really want to know what you do from your phone. Like I need extra money. Like, can you text me? And they send me their number. It's a trust thing. And just remember, it's never you, it's them.
Love
Thank you. I'm very, very red.
So red, guys. When
So
I
red.
Caroline yesterday, and I was like, dude, I need someone who mass enrolls. Give me a name. Because Caroline talks to everybody like she could talk to the wall. And so she gave me Kayla's name, and immediately, y'all, she was just like, oh, I enrolled this customer, and this one, and this one, and this one. So any tips that y'all got tonight, implement them. And if you're in my downline, I was just kidding.
Oh,
but
can I end with like one thing?
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead.
Because and again, thank you guys for like keeping on here. Like, thank you. I know this is like a really long Zoom, but I just want to end with something. And Katie asked me this, and I really want to end with it because I think I know what to say now. She asked me, biggest tip to someone who feels defeated. You feel defeated if you chart it over and over again, if you feel like you've gotten nowhere, if you feel stuck or you don't know what to do, or you're paralyzed, like you don't like want to work, or you're lazy or whatever. If you just constantly feel defeated in some way, shape, or form, I'm gonna tell you something. You're here for a reason. You're here on this Zoom because this business is important to you. You're here. God knew that you were meant to be in this business. He would not have made you press the submit button if you weren't meant to be here. But you're here. He has this plan for you guys, you know? He has this plan. And he trusts in you. But you got to trust in him. You know, like never, ever, 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 ever give up on yourself. Never give up on your why of why you started. Never give up on your team. Never give up on your team. And most importantly, never give up on God. He's there. He always provides. This opportunity landed in your lap. Don't let yourself down, but don't let him down. He knew that you could do this. He knows that. He knew that he would not have put you here if he thought that you couldn't handle it, because he doesn't give you anything that you can't handle. So never, ever, ever, ever give up. Ever. No matter what happens. I've had my team leave. I've had to rechart 5.2 million times. I have had customers cancel their orders. I have people block me. I have people leave me on red. I have people that don't answer my follow-ups for 12 months. I literally don't care because I know that I have an opportunity to offer someone. I know that I can change other people's lives. I know that I can change my own life because God knew that I could do this, and I'm here. So same thing goes for you. You guys are here. You guys that are on this Zoom until 9:20 your time, 10:20 my time, You're here and you're pouring into yourselves. And I want to congratulate every single person on this right now for taking the time, extra time, to pour into your business and to pour into you. Because that is what that's what it takes. Pouring into you, putting you first, and never, ever, ever, ever giving up on yourself or your dreams. Mic drop!
Thank you so much for getting on here. I think your tips were so good, and like, seriously, I'm gonna stay up all night and work just because I'm so excited to try these. But thank you so much. And you guys that are on here, I'm gonna stop recording.